and welcome to the Work in Progress podcast. My name is Colleta Macharia, and I'm a life coach and author of the book, How to Design Your Career Game Plan. The Work in Progress podcast is a space I have created so that we can come and share insights, inspiration, and encouragement to inspire us to love and good works. I wonder if you're asking yourself, why Work in Progress? What kind of a title is that? Let me just give a little bit of a background. Work in progress is an accounting term that is used to report the value of projects of a capital nature that are still not complete. And typically they will span several accounting reporting periods. And so to record that value, we bring them into the books as work in progress, because they're not finished goods. And obviously, there is work going on. For example, if it's a building, value is being added to it so that it gets to that point where it is complete and can be taken as a finished asset. A story is told of two people who were having a conversation, and one of them asked the other, "Were there great people born during your time?" And this guy said, "No, only little babies." And we're born as babies, and then there's a lot of work that goes to making one great, and so that's why I thought work in progress is a fitting term to describe the work that we do on ourselves as we continue growing. When we add on, say, as a student, if you add on knowledge and skill and practice, then you move to the next level, and eventually you're getting to that space where you're doing something, probably a job at an amateur level or at an entry level, and then you continue adding on to skills and practice and knowledge, expertise. You become a professional. And even as a professional, you haven't quite arrived yet. You have to continue building up on that through continuing professional development and practice and exposure and networking and all that it takes, to help you move from one level to another. And so it's a continuous process of adding value, improving, so that we keep growing, not because we're not enough or we're not good enough, but because we do not want to rest on our laurels and get to a point of stagnation. And organizations too need to continually improve. They need to continually have their finger on the pulse of their consumers' needs, trends in the market, technological advances, so that they can respond to that and keep moving and give the consumers what they need. They have to keep innovating. And when they fail to do that, then they get into what is known as strategic drift, all right? And I wonder if you can think about organizations that have literally drifted to oblivion just because they were not keen to listen to consumers' needs or to observe market trends or even to follow technological advances and the kinds of innovations that are giving rise to demand for different things and failure to adapt to that. If you think about it, I'm sure you'll come up with organizations that have suffered that fate. And as individuals, we can also experience strategic drift if we fail to realize what is happening, for example, in the job market, or even in terms of our own skills and knowledge and expertise, fixing those gaps that exist between what we have and what is needed out there by those who consume our goods and our services. So we never stop learning. We are work in progress. I want to share from the Bible a verse in the book of 2 Peter chapter 1. And this is, it's actually a number of verses from verse 5 to about verse 7. And this is what it says. "But also for this very reason, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, to knowledge self-control, to self-control perseverance, To perseverance, godliness. To godliness, brotherly kindness. To brotherly kindness, love. All right? For if these things are yours and abound, you will be neither barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. For he who lacks these things is short-sighted, even to blindness, and has forgotten that he was cleansed from his old sins. So, in matters of faith, we are also called to grow, to advance, to keep adding on and growing so that we are not barren and unproductive. And so, work in progress works in whatever sphere of life. And that is why I found it a befitting title for this podcast, so that we can continue to encourage one another to be faithful and consistent in adding value to ourselves and to the work that we are doing. And in due season, we shall reap a harvest. So we shall continue bringing new episodes on a weekly basis so that we can really, really spur each other on, encourage each other, and inspire each other to continue this work in progress, because learning never stops. So let's not get complacent. Let's be content, but not complacent. Have a fantastic week ahead, and see you in the next episode.